Alright, welcome back guys. Part 4 of my video series of my carpal tunnel journey. I did mean to get this done earlier. It's Monday now, exactly 1 week and 3 days after my surgery. And like I said, I meant to get this done sooner, but things happen. So I just wanted to share with you guys a little bit more of how my experience has been over the week, how the week went. And I'll try to keep this short, but there's a lot to share. So we'll just see how this goes. To start off with, where I screwed up a lot was on Sunday evening. We kind of just relaxed, and neither myself nor my fiance really considered, you know, what all did we need to kind of get in line for Monday. I was tired, he was tired. It had been kind of a long weekend. We just weren't thinking 2 steps ahead. And I'm normally, I hate to say it, but I'm normally the one, that's my responsibility kind of. I'm always the one that's thinking 2 steps ahead for us. And I don't mean that in a bad way, but I was just kind of shut down because I was tired and recovering from surgery too. So Sunday night, you know, we just took it easy. And what ended up happening is I didn't even think about half the things that I probably needed him to like set in place before he left for work on Monday. So number 1, make sure that somebody, if you're going to want to ice your hands, your wrists, which you're probably going to want to, have them crack the ice for you, or make sure that if you are using ice trays, because we still do, we have an ice maker, but it hasn't been working. So make sure that's cracked or that you have access to ice. Another one is make sure that they open the doors for you, because I swear to God, every day this week, we forgot to leave the door cracked for me. I forgot to ask, he forgot to do it. So every day I had to get down and open that damn front door with my feet. I don't know. But of course I left it cracked open the rest of the day. But you'd think we would learn. Nope. We'd go to bed. He wouldn't even think, and he would shut it all the way and lock it. Pain in the butt. Let's see. What else? Oh, okay. My big recommendation, which probably seems like a no-brainer to some people, but everyone's different, so no judging here. I took Thursday, the day before my surgery, off, and my original intention was to take that day to just like clean the house up and do all that stuff, but I kind of decided last minute, you know what, screw it, I'm getting out of here for the day. I'm gonna be cooped up in this house for the next week to 2 weeks, and Willow, come here, get up here, lay down. Sorry. I figured I'm gonna be cooped up in here for the next week to 2 weeks, and I really just want to go enjoy my last day of having my hands to do some things that they aren't gonna be able to do. So I did. I went out and kind of just shopped and had a good day, and I made cupcakes, and where I piped the frosting. I've been really addicted to that as a hobby lately. So I did that, and I just enjoyed my day. Kind of regretted that. So my recommendation to anyone is get your house in order before you have surgery. I did pretty much clean up the house, but I didn't do dishes and I didn't do my laundry. I didn't get it all caught up. And unfortunately, with the job that my fiance and I work, sometimes you're really tired and exhausted after work and you just want to come home and sit. So I don't blame him for that. I know what it feels like. But it was hard for me because I would be sitting here all day saying, there's laundry that needs done, there's dishes that need done, and he was too tired, or he had other things that he had to get done that night too. So that drove me crazy. It drove me freaking nuts. But making sure that you have some food in the fridge that you can just literally pull out and put in the microwave, nothing too heavy. Like having it in containers, like maybe some taco meat, and you just throw it in the microwave and warm it up. I think one day I did some meatballs that I make, Swedish meatballs, could throw it in the microwave, warm them up. So I wasn't having to handle or cook anything or make anything too heavy, because like you can't pull the crock pot out. That's going to be kind of heavy. You aren't going to want to handle like a 2 or 3 pound bag of meatballs and be dumping the meatballs out. So just kind of thinking ahead a little bit with food and just keeping the house a little bit more in order would have been helpful for me. Also, just remembering to take some time and know that it's okay for you to be sitting down and relaxing and letting yourself heal and recover. That's okay. I am one of those people that I am go, go, go. I will be working on 100 different tasks in a day. I've always said, you know, there's that saying that Rome wasn't built in a day. I always say I would have tried. I would have been the one that tried. So it was really hard for me this week just to let myself know you need to relax. Your hands have to heal. They might be feeling good, but that doesn't mean you can do everything you want to do. So I ended up sitting and watching Netflix a lot and just getting lost and Bates Motel. I just got lost in that series, and now I'm really enjoying that. So there was a day I did try to make cupcakes, and I did okay, and I did pipe a little bit. Now that was this later in the week. That was Thursday or Friday, I'm not sure. My hands got tired, but I did okay. Now, I have definitely been listening to my hands. If they are tired, I stop. If something hurts, I stop. I don't do it. And if you do have the surgery, your hands will not let you do things that you shouldn't be doing. I'll put it that way. But for the most part, my hands feel great. Again, forgot to mention this, bilateral, both hands. And I still have stitches in. I get them out Wednesday. So that will have been a weekend, 5 days. So almost 2 weeks, so I'll have the stitches in. But look, come here. What else? My dog keeps wanting out the door. I had an instance, well, 2 instances. I had one last night now too, where I got tripped up. Once I tripped over some shoes. The other night, last night, I stumbled over the dog, my big dog, and yeah, those instances suck where you have to catch yourself on your hands. I didn't fall. One time I fell into the wall, and last night I kind of caught myself on the kitchen counter. Ooh, really, really hurt. So what I've been experiencing basically is I still have quite a bit of bruising going on, but for the most part, everything looks pretty good. I'll pull this off. There's my stitches. Stitches are still on there. It looks really good. And you can see it on the palm here where I'm still nice and bruised. And then the wrist down here is all bruised. So that's really it. I mean, my fingers and everything feel good. I can do all sorts of movements. This is just this band through here, which is where that ligament is very sore on my wrist. Oh. I did not drive until Wednesday. So surgery was Friday, and then I finally drove on Wednesday. I think I probably could have drove before that, but my boyfriend was taking the truck to work a lot, and I just chose not to drive my car. So I don't know. You'll know when you're ready to drive. That's the biggest thing about this surgery is you know when you're feeling up to things. I have played on the computer at home writing. Let's see. So Tuesday was the first time I actually sat down and wrote a little bit. We got paid on Wednesday, and I did the budget and actually did some writing for all that. I would say about 20 minutes in, I quit. It felt good to write, but when my hands were tired, they were tired. So that brings me to my next point. Your hands get tired so fast. I took my dog to the groomer on Saturday, and I was just kind of helping her out with like keeping her calm, you know, so petting her and stuff like that. And when I left the groomers, my hands were just achy and tired, and I didn't want to do anything with them at all. I just wanted them to sit there. So that's one thing I've noticed. I went to my friend's house today, and I played cards for the first time, so that was fun. I could hold the cards perfectly. All that was fine, these motions, but I could not shuffle. When I went to try and shuffle, I put my thumbs down with just enough pressure to start the shuffle, and I couldn't put any pressure on them. Oh, that was one other thing before I forget. So everything was great this week, but woman to woman again, hair has been, forget about doing your hair unless you're going to go to the salon, but no, sucked. So I wanted to talk more about some of that stuff. Going to the bathroom, I was fine with all week, not a big deal. When I had the big wrist things on, or the splints, that sucked. I figured out how to do it later, but how to wipe and stuff. But hold on just 1 second. My dog wanted out. Sorry. I don't want to start this over though. So I figured out how to do everything later on with the bandages on. I was fine. But the first day it kind of sucked. But then it was alright. Once I got the bandages off, it still sucked, but I could do it. What became a bigger hassle for me that I really was I dealt with the whole freaking week up until like Friday night was using my poof in the shower. I would really recommend not using one of those. If you can get one of those like sponges that are like on a long stick, use one of those, because the poof sucked, because you're gonna have the stitches in your hands for over a week, and you don't want to get those wet. You're trying to keep them away from whatever you're washing and scrubbing and the soap. And then you can't apply pressure. So it sucks when you're trying to wash your important areas and you just can't scrub it enough to where it feels like you got the job done. So without going into too much more detail, just if you have somebody that can help you in the shower, that's fine. And I guess if you're not okay with something like that, whatever. My fiance helped me, and we had fun with it. We laughed about it. It was all right. I had to lower my pride a little bit and just let it go. So have fun with it. If you are, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, you should be okay with those things. But if you don't have that, then maybe try getting, like I said, the sponges that are on like the long wooden like paddle things. Those would probably have worked well, but I just dealt with it. But it did suck. You can get the stitches wet. I can anyway. But it just depends on what your doctor tells you. But I can get them wet. And they always say wear the bandage in the shower. Just try to keep it out of the water, but you can get it wet when you're washing your hair and stuff. I don't know where these magical bandages are that stay on in the shower, but I can't find them because I've tried waterproof. I've tried every single one, and the minute my hand's wet, they fall off. So I just basically get in the shower, do what I gotta do, make sure my hands are clean, pat them dry when I get out, and get fresh bandages on them, and go about my day. And I don't have any sign of any redness or nothing. They look great. So I've just been keeping my hands as clean as possible. Obviously staying out of the dirty dishwater and stuff like that. You can't do that kind of stuff. So this has gotten a lot longer than I wanted it to, but that's okay. I'm just trying to think if there's anything that I'm forgetting. I think that's pretty much it. It's been a great experience. I'm ready to go back to work, but it's been nice time off. And I don't know, just enjoyed it. As far as carpal tunnel syndromes go, I have not had anything. My hands are wonderful. They feel amazing, except for the bruising and just the soreness. And it's going to be a while, I know, before I can have any pressure or anything like that, but apply pressure. For the most part, this has been worth it a million times over. And again, if you're somebody that's thinking about doing the surgery, go for it. It has been the best decision I've ever made again. I said that in all my videos, and I still stand by it. So wish you the best of luck if you are going to have the surgery. And if anyone has any questions for me, feel free to comment below. Thanks, guys. Bye.